George Floyd. We all see it. It's on the floor, on the asphalt, and a police officer with his knee on his neck, preventing him from breathing, despite his repeated request for the access of oxygen. Okay, so he can breathe, so he can live. And so we see this, and it brings up anger, a lot of emotions, a lot of pain, a lot of us. Some of us more than others, particularly if we've been subjected to that, with the history of that. And then, and so this is the thing. It's happening. We're witnessing it. We're all here, seeing this happen. And I have my own ways that I identify with that. That is maybe kind of different than most. Communication to me is like breathing. It's my primary function, if you don't know that by now. I'm breathing right now with what I'm doing, recording myself and posting it online. This is how I function. I can't function if I don't do this. I need to speak. I need to speak the truth. Okay? And then to have my ability to speak be restricted is for me to be prevented from breathing. Okay, it feels like suffocating, and there has been times when I have been prevented from speaking a truth that I perceive, most often an injustice. Okay, and so it happens in relationships. Sometimes it happens in our career, when you're having an occupation, doing something, serving somebody, and maybe you're relying on that in several different ways on that occupation or on that relationship, and then so therefore you have to comply with that restriction, you see, in order to continue to prevent the ramifications of reporting something when you're told not to report it, you see. And then so you then voluntarily victim to some partnership that is abusive. Okay, it happens. Okay, it happens, and then it certainly don't think I'm in it now as much, but I have been in it, both in the relationship, both in the occupation. Okay. It's not good. It's not good. And then also, the cough, the thing about the cough that I said, that I was told in the past that I was hung by a noose for saying stuff, controversial stuff, and that people say it's still there, it's still causing the cough. I'm still being prevented from things I want to say. I'm still being oppressed because the things I say I feel is the truth, and that people don't want to hear it. Okay? So now this is the thing. We see that And I see the response of anger, of retaliation, which is what I've learned. I have learned that just doesn't get me anywhere. That when you're conveying something to somebody, if you're angry, if your tone is anger or aggressive in some way, it takes away the credibility of what you're trying to say, you see. Because then people say that's the anger talking, and it just doesn't have as much authority. You may think you because if your voice is louder, if it's more emotional, it'll be more effective. That's not it. It's just that's not true. You see, you want to connect with somebody in the heart level, and and convey to them something that's going on. You don't want to be angry. You don't want to be assertive, right? You want to be neutral. You want the terms Shinzen Yan uses this term equanimity. It's accurate, but then it's a big word. Sometimes I think people might be put off with the big words. Like, even though I needed to express it, maybe I shouldn't use it. Because equanimity, like who says equanimity, right? Who says discombobulated? I just say just for the fun of it, The psychology class says we don't say horny in this class, we say sexually aroused. Normal people's normal language say horny, okay? This is psychology class. We should be able to use the word horny because it's real language real people use. And if we don't want to use it where we're studying what normal people do, real people do with the real language, it's not a psychology class. I'm sorry. You want to use this combobulator, you want to use this regulator, go ahead. We should have the option to use the real words real people use. And so you want to convey, and so you want to see the actual cause of it, and the tendency to want to say you're to blame, it's your fault, you did this to me, I'm a victim, how dare you do this to me, all of that stuff. It just is right. That just none of that works. I'm telling you, none of that works. I'm guilty of doing that sometimes. I even record myself doing that. It's not the way to go. Okay, I just know that it's just not the way to go. Okay, playing victim doesn't work. Playing angry, demanding justice doesn't work. Retaliating doesn't. None of that works. Just. That's just what I think, okay? There's another way. You want to see what is the true cause of it. And the true cause of it, we're drawing that in ourselves. Okay, I'm sorry. That's to take responsibility for the stuff that happens to us, right? So it does, some people, I know that can't be. It's just the truth. I'm sorry, that's just the truth. Because then if I'm responsible for projecting this reality, if I take responsibility for it, everything that's happening around me, then guess what? I find the reason why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to get the message. My soul is projecting what's happening here to convey the message to me that it wants to. That's why the soul communicates with us. With the circumstances in our lives, the situations, okay? And that's the true purpose of life. That's what we're here to learn. That's what life is actually about. In case you didn't know, okay? We're here. It's a classroom. It's the soul. The soul is teaching us. The soul is the teacher. And guess what the soul uses? The people around us. you know, to teach us what we need to know. And if you're thinking of them as you know, mean people, bad people that doing this to me, and they're to blame, and you want to retaliate, that you're just not gonna get it. It'll take you a while to get it. So this is. So okay, so I think I've said. I mean, you want an explanation what it conveys, what is this conveying, what are we to learn from this, how are we to correct it? That's a whole nother video, and keep watching. It's we'll make it through this, okay? So stick together. Be nice to each other. It's COVID is going on. People get stressed out. People get, you know, lash out at each other. Try to forgive each other. You know, try to be calm about it. Release your stress in good ways, and keep watching. We're gonna work this out. Thank you.